Yeah, I mean, I got to speak to the former head of the CIA, and for certain key moments in this movie, I really, needed to get his insight because there are some, really touchy, hardcore political moments in this movie. As much as it's this entertaining thriller, it deals with some pretty topical issues. So we had to get our facts straight. But a lot of the stuff that I did research-wise really came from the book and David Ignatius's past work, and my conversations with him, because he's really regarded even in the amongst CIA agents as the most knowledgeable about modern warfare and the United States and foreign relationships and things that have occurred with the CIA, real stories that he's sort of taken from the Middle East and put into the movie. So he was really, really, really beneficial in shaping the character and shaping what I did up on screen. I definitely expected, the pace. I mean, some of the sequences of this movie. I mean, I didn't expect the pace in which Ridley Scott likes to shoot. There's no way for. I mean, I know Russell's done 4 movies with him, so he was used to that pace. But it took like a week or two to really adjust to how fast and what he's able to accomplish from day to day. I mean, he moves entire set pieces from afternoon to afternoon, and trusts his instincts performance-wise. He says, I believe it or I don't believe it, and or let's change everything in the background. Let's have a helicopter fly in. Are you ready? Okay, good. Let's shoot it. And you have to adjust to that. But it becomes exhilarating as an actor because you trust your instincts. You just go for it, and you have to be extremely knowledgeable in how your character would react to any given scenario at any given time. So it makes you very responsible for your character in that regard. This is one of those situations where I had a limited time to prepare, so it was a huge sort of crash course in cramming all the history of the CIA that I possibly could, modern warfare, Arabic, all this stuff, and because I just wrapped this film called Revolutionary Road, and I went straight to Morocco and was right in the thick of it. So it was really a crash course, but the Arabic was very difficult. It was a very difficult language to learn. I'd never spoken any Arabic in my life, but I had a great coach that was with me all the time, really giving me the different dialects in Arabic and the different inflections, and not only that, teaching me about the customs of what an outsider, a white man from America would do, especially on a date with an Arabic girl, or dealing with the head of Jordanian intelligence, the respect that you need to have, the way one would operate. So we had some great advisors on the movie. Right now, I mean, we have a huge election coming up in the United States. We have a huge election, a pivotal point in American history, and I really, obviously, I've been very involved with the environmental movement, and there's candidates. Out of the 2 candidates, one clearly has a better environmental policy, in my opinion, and that's on a personal note. But for me, the big thing for me is to really get the youth vote out there. So I've been doing a lot of work to sort of galvanize and energize the young people out there who really in the last 2 elections didn't show up the way they should have. Traditionally in the last election specifically, over 70% of older people went to vote, and only 40% of registered young people went to vote. So we need to get a real representation of our country by people that are going to be affected by the policies that the next president puts into effect for the next 50 years. And until we get that youth vote out there, we're not going to have a real representation of what our country wants.